Tonight, cleaning up the capital.
Kept the sump pumps going, and because then we lost power, and then I had to get the generator going and get more sumps going.
The Canada Day storm leaves several neighborhoods submerged and basements flooded. An Ottawa apartment building's backup generator fails.
I'm scared. It's scary. Like, we're all scared. Like, we don't know what to do. We're going to be displaced for how many weeks or days or whatever.
Residents look to evacuate as the elevator isn't in order for the 25-story building. Plus, city's infrastructure in question.
We believe this was one of the worst flooding events in our city in the last 25 years.
Residents curious about the level of flooding that feels unprecedented for their neighborhoods. A record-breaking rainfall soaks the capital. People running for cover downtown yesterday as dark clouds, high winds and heavy rain forced the cancellation of Canada Day celebrations. Across the city, roads, streets and highways flooded, along with people's basements. Good evening. Cleanup efforts are underway across the city tonight after one of the worst rainstorms to ever hit the capital. Hundreds of people are still without power, while many homeowners are salvaging what they can from their flooded basements. This time-lapse video from our downtown camera shows the storm moving through the region. Dark clouds started rolling over Parliament around 1:45 in the afternoon, with the first downpour starting just before 2:30. Some of the heaviest rainfall happened around 3 p.m. You can see the view from the camera was fully blocked by the rain. Storms continued to move through the city well into the evening. In total, Ottawa received 118 millimeters of rain, well surpassing the previous record for Canada Day, which was set in 1959. The storm knocked out power to 36,000 Hydro Ottawa customers yesterday. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power. Around 3,000 customers are still in the dark tonight, and around 1,900 homeowners have reported their basements were flooded. CTV's Tyler Fleming joins us now with the latest on the cleanup efforts. Tyler.
Yeah, Stefan, in hard-hit neighborhoods like Qualicum-Redwood Park and Bell's Corners, floodwaters have mostly receded, but the damage is clear. Now, some homeowners are left emptying and drying out their basements that were under nearly a meter of water, with power failures adding to that challenge.
White water, yeah, just white water. And then the odd deck board you just see flying through.
In Qualicum-Redwood Park in Ottawa's West End, residents watched a quiet creek become a torrent, tearing out a footbridge and flooding nearby homes Wednesday.
One of the craziest experiences I've had.
Amid record rainfall, Jarrett Mohns' basement filled.
We got to end up with like 2 feet of water. We just kept the sump pumps going, and because then we lost power, and then I had to get the generator going and get more sumps going.
Young Lucas watched his grandmother's house flood too.
It was going over the outlets, but then it finally drained all of the water, and she got the breaker box turned off.
Over in the Crystal Beach neighborhood, the same. And this was the scene just off Satan Drive in Bell's Corners, where floodwaters reached the hoods of parked cars. In Ottawa, 36,000 customers lost power.
From what we know so far, we believe this was one of the worst flooding events in our city in the last 25 years.
Oh, and the paint's coming off.
Now, the water is gone, but the damage remains. For many, belongings are now trash, and for some, air conditioners and furnaces too.
They're probably done, but I don't really know.
Probably about 200 calls at least.
Services like 911 restoration are working day and night, sanitizing and drying out basements.
Most of the time it's coming up from underneath, floors are coming up, drywall, destroy everything. You know, it's not good.
The city says it will temporarily lift garbage limits in certain areas of the city, like here in Bell's Corners, to help residents who have been affected by the floods throw out the contents of their basement.
Could only see that deck yesterday.
One silver lining to the Canada Day storm: neighbors came together when it mattered most.
Throughout this whole thing and checking on one another, so it was really moments like that you see what kind of community you have.
If your basement has flooded, you're asked to report it to the city. Public Health is also reminding residents to take precautions with water-soaked belongings. Left to linger, mold can develop. Stefan.
Right, CTV's Tyler Fleming reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Tyler. The flooding also impacted some apartment buildings across the city, including one near Carlingwood. Many residents there are being forced to leave because there's no power or air conditioning, and they've been told the repairs could take days or weeks. The building is located on McEwen Avenue near the Kitchie-Zibi-McCann Parkway. CTV's Dyson has more.
Residents of the Park West apartment building wade through the flooded basement, gathering their belongings to evacuate.
I'm scared. It's scary. Like, we're all scared. Like, we don't know what to do. We're going to be displaced for how many weeks or days or whatever.
The 25-floor apartment building at 30 McEwen Avenue became surrounded by flash floodwaters following a torrential downpour on Canada Day.
It's totally flooded, all of it, all the way around the entire building.
Tenant Allison Pineault says the building went dark around 9 p.m. when water submerged the basement.
The stairs to the basement looked like Titanic sinking. Like the water was just gushing inside. The basement was flooding, the main floor was flooding. This was entirely covered in water. And then eventually we heard either the transformer or the generator explode, like just blow, and the building just shook.
With apartments dark, no air conditioning, no elevator, and many units without running water, residents are leaving, forced to bring their things down flights of stairs, and many tenants' vehicles are ruined as well.
When we moved it, I stayed inside and water was like, it was like a pool. In 10 minutes, this car was like full of water.
CTV News contacted property management company Sakely, but did not receive a response.
In terms of getting power back on and getting it restored, it will happen. We just don't have an exact timeline.
Many are packing bags, unsure of when they'll be able to return home.
I've heard some say like it could be 13 weeks. I've heard 3 weeks. It's very all over the place. So we don't really have any answers yet. Some people want to stay, which is fair, but it's not going to be a livable situation.
Dyson, CTV News.
Many people are raising questions tonight about the city's infrastructure and whether it's capable of handling these types of weather events. CTV's Natalie Van Rooy is in studio with more on this. Natalie.
Stefan, it's been a devastating 24 hours for residents who are dealing with that aftermath of flooded basements. One family has been in their home for nearly 2 decades and has never experienced a drop of water, raising questions about why now.
Down and try and pick up as much as I can, put stuff up higher and all.
There was a foot of water in Terry Fraser's basement last night after a record-breaking rainstorm.
19 years without a drop. Man, I called one of my neighbors across the street too to warn him he may have water. And he said he's been here 38 years without a drop of water in his basement. Oh, he has water. He had almost as much as us. I have a subfloor here.
Fraser knew exactly what to do.
Well, we were up.
He got a sump pump going, fans, and moved everything out of the way.
Then the floor is probably about a ½ an inch thick.
His job helping people after floods with foundation repairs and waterproofing. But he never thought he would experience it himself. Now he's trying to fix his basement while also helping others.
Calls, texts, voicemails, emails, and everything. Probably over 100 so far today.
Personal belongings, music equipment, hockey gear, furniture, all submerged. He says there are concerns in the neighborhood that recent construction work could be a factor.
They built a reservoir up at the top of Woodroffe here right by baseline, which is basically a block away from us, and that reservoir is supposed to take the overflow of water away, but that's the only real thing that has changed in our area.
Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says it's too early to know.
I think our focus right now is on helping the people who have been affected. There will be time to assess what might have caused flooding in certain areas. There was flooding all over the city, and there was a record amount of rainfall. I don't see how we can draw any conclusions right now.
I had to turn off my radon system because it was...
Back in Fraser's basement, it's going to be days of work to clean up.
Finally got to sleep around 3:30 this morning. It's a stressful time for people.
It's also important to note to never go into a flooded basement with hydro on. Standing water touching outlets or appliances can cause electrocution. Stefan.
CTV's Natalie Van Rooy reporting live for us. Thank you, Natalie. Several places across the city are closed because of the flooding, including Ben Franklin Place and the Midway at Canada's Canada Day celebrations. For a full list, visit our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca. Of course, this storm and the cleanup efforts come as an extreme heat wave blankets the region, with temperatures in the mid-30s and humidex values in the 40s. Experts are urging people to take precautions.
Heat stroke is a medical emergency, and so if someone is experiencing heavy sweating, redness, dizziness, change in their status, their mental status, or their altered confusion, then we want to make sure that you're calling 911 and you're making sure they go somewhere cool.
The city has opened all recreation centers as emergency cooling spaces if you need a place to escape the heat. You're also urged to check on those most at risk, including older adults or anyone living alone. And here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is 29 degrees outside right now. And with a first check on our weather forecast, Jackie's in studio with more on what else we can expect. Jackie.
Well, Stefan, this heat wave will continue for at least another day. And you mentioned it, temperature right now here in Ottawa, about 29 degrees. But with that humidex value, it's feeling closer to 39. Very similar for really all of Eastern Ontario, with humidex values between 39 and at some parts 43. It has prompted, as we mentioned, a heat warning in effect for much of Ontario, as well as parts of Quebec. Here in Eastern Ontario, a severe thunderstorm watch is still in place. It has already lifted in the Kingston area, but we are keeping a close eye on this. The severe thunderstorm warning, it's just north of Hawkesbury, close to Mont-Tremblant, so keeping a close eye on this. We have anticipated unstable weather conditions into tomorrow. Well, it will be clear overnight with temperatures going down to about 23. Tomorrow, we could expect a chance of isolated showers, especially risk of thunderstorm as well, moving in through the afternoon with those wind gusts between 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. Again, we have one more day with this heat wave moving through, and things will start to cool down slightly for the weekend. These details and more in just a bit.
Thank you, Jackie. Ottawa police have identified the father believed to be responsible for a double murder-suicide earlier this week. Investigators say 40-year-old Mohammed Alami killed his two sons, aged 7 and 12, before taking his own life. The boys were found dead inside Alami's Finley Creek home Monday morning, while he was found dead in a car fire in the Kempville area. Police say they are not releasing the names of the children out of respect for the mother's wishes. There's a proposal to install a four-way stop at an intersection in Ottawa's rural South End after a fatal crash earlier this week. An 8-year-old girl died when a pickup truck and SUV collided at Dalmany Road and Nixon Drive near Osgood on Sunday. That was the second serious crash at that intersection in just over a week. The councillor for the area moved a motion at a city committee meeting on Tuesday to install stop signs at the intersection. It passed unanimously and will now go to city council for final approval. Kids and teens can now ride buses and the O train for free until the end of August. Council approved a plan in the 2026 budget to offer free transit to anyone under the age of 18 for the summer. They do need to purchase a Presto card, which costs $4. The measure came into effect yesterday and will be in place until August 31st. Coming up, the snowbirds fly over Ottawa one final time before the Jets are retired. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. Taking a look at tomorrow's conditions, it will start off with sunny skies, but then the clouds will start to roll in. A chance of showers between noon and 4 p.m., perhaps even lingering around 8. Again, those humidex levels feeling closer to about 39 by the time the afternoon rolls around. Make sure to stay hydrated for the next several days as we continue with this heat wave. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It's 29 degrees out there right now, a muggy evening, and it will continue into tomorrow.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
It's time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
Starting things off today with the RBC Ottawa Summer Tournament at Wesley Clover Parks. It's happening all weekend. It's an exciting show jumping event featuring top competition, family fun, local vendors, and even canine agility. Best of all, kids 12 and under get in free. Next up today, Ottawa Red Blacks football. The Red Blacks are back under the Friday night lights tomorrow as they take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders at TD Place. And last on the list today, Almont Help Fest. The 3-day family-friendly festival gets underway tomorrow at Gamble Park. celebrating Celtic traditions with live entertainment, local performers, and loads of vendors as well. Make sure you check it out. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tania Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, every Thursday, we want to put the spotlight on 3 good things happening in our city.
Well, that's right, Stefan. We begin tonight with a look at some of the Canada Day celebrations that took place in the capital before the torrential downpours. Prime Minister Mark Carney showing off his pancake flipping skills at the Canada Day festivities in Barhaven yesterday morning, and he took some selfies with people and signed some autographs before heading to the national celebrations at LeBreton Flats.
Well, that looks nice and sunny before the storm rolled in. It started off so good, Jackie.
I know, and I was hoping to go check some events out on Parliament Hill as well, but then when I saw those dark clouds coming, I was like, forget it, I'm staying home.
Yeah, stay home. Not today, though. Thankfully, snowbirds managed to do a fly pass before the storm rolled over LeBreton Flats. The team flew over the crowd of thousands of people at the national celebration. This was their last time in Ottawa before the Jets are retired at the end of the year. The 4 p.m. flyover at Parliament Hill was canceled because of the weather. And we should really mention that it's not your last opportunity to see them in our region, because they will be at the Gatineau Air Show later this summer.
That's right. So we're looking forward to that. I was looking forward because personally, I had the chance to fly in the snowbirds many years ago when I was still in Saskatchewan, so I look forward to seeing them every year. So kind of bummed that it didn't happen, but still, we have a chance in September.
You're so cool.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's a new immersive video experience in the Byron Market. This is just as cool, Stefan.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a live look at the O. The video screens are in a circle, making the shape of the letter O for Ottawa. Now, they display some of the stories, the culture, and communities that shape the city.
It came together very nicely, because I saw when they were building the structure and putting it together, and I'm like, oh, that's what it's going to look like.
I saw it from the distance because I was coming out the other side of George Street, and I thought it was just a big TV screen. I'm like, are they playing the soccer game here? But now I know that it's the O.
You want a watch party. It's not a bad idea. Do you have a story for us to include in our 3 good things segment? Something light, happy, a community event, or notable achievement to brighten up the day? Send your ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca.
3 Good Things is brought to you by the new Oak Tree, hand-built for life.
And as Jackie will let you know, another good thing today started with blue skies after yesterday's storms. Lots of sunshine over the Nepean Sailing Club this morning, but it is still extremely hot and humid, Jackie.
That's right, Stefan. I was out at 8 in the morning, and it was hot, it was sunny, it was humid, but then as the hours started getting closer to the afternoon, the humidity could start to feel. So hopefully people are finding some cooler places, some shade, and staying hydrated, because we are in for another day of hot, humid weather. 29 degrees right now. Could have seen a daytime high about 35. A reminder, the sunset is going to be closer to 9 p.m. We should be clear in terms of active weather, but we'll get to more of that in just a bit. Right now, you can see that warmth really moving into the Atlantic. 29 degrees in Fredericton, 27 in Halifax. They are already getting that active weather that we have been experiencing over the last several days. A lot of this red in that warm up is coming from the states. So Windsor is at 35 degrees. Meanwhile, here we are around 30. Sudbury at 29. Thunder Bay at 28. Where the cooler parts of the region is going to be in the western part of Canada. So it's about 23 in Winnipeg, 21 in Saskatoon. So seasonal conditions, but we are seeing a lot of active weather really all throughout Canada, with the risk of thunderstorms moving through and heavy rainfall. The coolest part is in Vancouver at 15 degrees. Even Whitehorse, single digits, 6 degrees. Now a closer look at tonight's lows back here in Ottawa. Going to be quite warm, about 21 degrees. Again, when you factor in those humidex levels, it's going to feel like 31 overnight. So hopefully you have a fan going, trying to keep as warm and as cool as possible. Tomorrow's daytime highs, we're in for another hot day where humidex values will be closer to 40, 41. So that's not just here in Gatineau as well as Ottawa, but even in Maniwaki, Kemptville as well. Montreal also seeing very similar temperatures. We talked about the active weather. Will we see more of this unstable storms and thunderstorms? 3 p.m. Friday afternoon, we could see this along Kingston and Brockville, but you can see really for the valley in Ottawa, mainly sunny skies in store. But again, with those weather patterns changing, maybe even the winds, it could change things for us. We are getting some northerly winds moving through Friday night into Saturday, so that's the good news. We are anticipating mainly clear skies for our Saturday. Now, the 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. One more day at least for this hot, humid, muggy weather. 31, the anticipated daytime high for our Friday. You're going to start to see temperatures cool, not just in the daytime, Saturday, Sunday, 27 degrees, mix of sun and cloud. Look at those overnight lows, Stefan. We're going to get much more comfortable temperatures Saturday into Sunday, 15 degrees, Sunday into Monday, 16 overnight. Then we're going to average temperatures between 28 and 29 degrees. And you could see that row for that 6 days in a row. Mix of sun and clouds. So no rain in sight. We're going to hope the 6 around for at least the second week of July.
Yeah, we could use some reprieve. It really is thick out there. The air, my goodness. Thanks, Jackie.
You're welcome.
Coming up, details on a watch party the city is hosting for Canada's round of 16 match.
CTV News community and weather anchor Jackie Perez. Weeknights. Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Tomorrow on Your Morning Ottawa, we are checking out this weekend's new movies, including the latest installment in the Minions franchise. Tune in on CTV or stream us live on Crave.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
We have our final check on the weather with Jackie.
You loving the humidity, Stefan?
Not so much.
All right. I thought you were going to
I love the heat. I love the heat. The humidity, that's a little tougher.
You're going to get more of that tomorrow. Feeling like 31 when you wake up, or if you're heading out the door at 7 a.m., 23 degrees. But again, that humidity feeling closer to 31. We are getting to a daytime high of 31 degrees. And yes, in the afternoon, there is a chance we could see some thunderstorms rolling in, maybe some isolated showers. But for the most part, we are anticipating mainly sunny skies. Saturday, though, lots of sunshine. No precipitation in sight for the following 6 days after Friday. 27 degrees is the average daytime high, so we'll get back to much cooler conditions. We just got to get through Friday.
Yes, just getting through Friday. Thanks, Jackie. Finally for us tonight, soccer fans will be able to watch Canada's historic round of 16 match at a watch party here in the nation's capital on Saturday. The federal government is partnering with the city to host an event at Liberton Flats. The only other watch party in Ottawa so far has been at Lansdowne, which is what we're showing you right now. FIFA hosted for the Canada-Switzerland game that one. Saturday's game will be displayed at the Ottawa Blues Fest site on 4 large screens.
Okay.
It will be free, and there will be food and beverage options on site. Sounds like a vibe.
20,000 people is what they can accommodate at that space. Are we going to make that, you think?
I don't know. We need to go and add to the numbers.
Two. That's right. That's right. Join us Saturday. It'll be great.
That's CTV News for this Thursday, July 2nd. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Thanks for watching, everyone.